And when she does push one out, there has been times where they were in the birth canal so long that they've suffocated. So,
Oh,
but you can bring them back if
oh.
you know what you're doing. So that was one of the
Mhm.
first. That was one of the biggest things that I learned working with the puppies and working with a whelping mother.
Hi, welcome to Bully Girl Magazine. I'm Gigi, your host, and today I'm with my friend. Hello, Quincy. How are you?
All right, how are you?
Scholar Kennels is your enterprise, right?
Yes, ma'am. Scholars Cane Corso.
I love that. So, who's there with you? Who is that? Introduce us, please. We
This is
want to
beautiful.
see. Oh
This is beautiful.
my.
She was born Valentine's Day.
Oh, she's so cute and she's so calm. And I think one of her sisters or brothers was on last time you were here. So
Last,
if you
yes.
wanna see them as a little bean, you can go check our previous episode in our YouTube channel. Okay, so today we're gonna be discussing 5 tips for Cane Corso breeders. Here we have our expert Quincy. So what would you say is one of the 5 tips for breeding this dog?
I guess the first tip is don't be scared to start. Don't be scared to start out becoming a breeder. You will. Um, it's a little different from the bully world, I will say. Not everybody is accepting of someone starting out. Make sure you have a good mentor, someone to kind of guide you and help you with the breed, because there is a history to them. So
Mm-hmm. They are big dogs, right?
yeah, they're Italian Mastiffs. They've only been in America since 1988.
Oh my.
Yeah.
And I read something that they were in the part of the Roman Empire, something
Yep.
like that.
Yeah.
Oh
Yeah.
my. So
Roman.
like their characteristics, like they need a lot of space and all that, right?
Yeah. Usually, yeah, you do want a lot of space for them. But I have a couple of friends and even customers who have one in an apartment. So as long as you're taking them out, giving them exercise, you'll be fine.
Oh, now that you told me that they are in apartments, I need to get me one of them. Oh my. Okay, so tip number 1. Let's talk about tip number 2. What do you think is the second tip for breeding Cane Corso dogs?
Uh, find a good mentor. Find a good mentor, definitely. Like I said, someone to guide you along the way. Um, Make sure that you're keeping the dog pure, keeping the dog pure. So I think that's the second tip I would give.
And do you mentor? Do you have anyone that you know that has started breeding them?
Yes, I have. I actually have two people that I help out right now. Um, and there's another one. She's trying to get started also. And I continuously talk to my two mentors even now after breeding Cane Corsos for 10 years now. So, um,
Wow,
you know,
that's a long time, and you must have learned lots of things. All your experience must be really helpful for them. Oh my God, she's falling asleep. Sorry, I get
no,
distracted. She's so sweet.
um, yeah, you do you learn a lot along the way. I will say, but you never stop learning because there's always something else. There's always something new. Uh, you just gotta kind of keep going, keep pushing, and when something new comes up, don't be afraid to ask that question to your
I
mentor.
love
Hey,
that.
if there's something new that you see that you're wondering, hey, what's going on right now? I'm not used to this. Call
Hmm.
up your mentor, or call up somebody that knows.
Yeah, that's great advice. Great advice. Um, so what's the third tip to be breeding Cane Corso dogs? The Italian dog.
Um, um, Socialize. The more you socialize your dogs, the more people will see your dogs. So and the more they're going to ask about your dogs. So socialization is a big deal with this breed. Period. You do want to socialize them a lot, and get as much socialization as you can. But as a breeder, definitely socializing your dog so people can see your product. So
Yeah, that's very important since they are very protective and they can be like
yeah.
weary of strangers, right?
Yes, yes, and they're it's a working breed, so they will work.
Oh,
They will do whatever you want them to do, whatever however you want them to train. Super smart dogs, but a little stubborn. So you have to be training means consistency. That's it. There's a lot of consistency when you're training.
yeah, absolutely. You're telling me they're working dogs. Which are some examples of jobs these dogs do, work these
Um,
dogs do?
well, any job they can do. I have but when we say working breed, like I mean herding cattle, things like that.
Mm-hmm.
I think I have two that are on farms right now. I have one doing security work at nightclubs in Brooklyn.
Oh
Yeah,
my,
yeah, yeah.
I
He's a
love
big boy
that.
too. Yeah, he's a big boy too. Uh, um,
And
so I
I've
mean,
never been to a nightclub that they had like a dog. Must be like a very, very, I don't know. Like he must be a celebrity there.
yeah, yeah. Apparently, everybody knows him that goes to that nightclub. I actually, it's been about 6 years since I've heard from them, and I just recently heard from him. He sent me pictures of the puppy now and how big he's gotten, and just pictures at the club and how people
Mm,
come
he's
to him.
like,
Yeah, yeah. How people come up to him and just him working. So
oh my, I love that. They are actors too, right? Like I've read like they can act. There's been a movie 2016 called Max. I haven't seen
yeah,
it, but this means they are very trainable. I don't know if that's the
yes,
correct word.
yeah.
So they're very clever.
Yeah, it's very clever. Like I said, they're super smart dogs, and actually, my they're in one show that I know of, and I got super hyped because I like the show, Game of Thrones. They were in Game of Thrones,
Wait,
so
which one? Oh, I know.
the TV show.
Ramsey.
Yep, yep,
Ramsey's
they were.
dogs? Oh
Yep,
my,
yeah,
no. Goosebumps.
yeah. You don't see them until a
Goosebumps.
little bit later in the season, but in one of the seasons. But I was like, oh, that's a Cane Corso, and so I got super hyped
So
about that.
I'm pronouncing it horribly. It's Cane Corso
Cane Corso, yes, ma'am.
because
Yeah.
it's Italian and I'm saying
Yep.
cane and it's cane. And it's not cane
Yeah.
sugar, lady. It's
Yep.
cane.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
And
So the Ramsey's dogs, they were Cane Corsos. I love that. I'm
yeah.
going to rewatch the whole show,
Yeah.
but
I think
that
it's
part is like,
it's towards the one of the last seasons that
yeah.
you'll see him.
Okay. And I think they have a very memorable scene if I'm
Oh,
remembering
they do.
correctly.
They were eating
Yeah.
somebody.
Yeah. Oh, I didn't want to say
Yeah.
that.
Yeah. He threw them to the dogs and
Oh
they were
my.
eating
Oh
them.
my.
But
Well,
yeah, you can
great show.
definitely see that their trainability. They're very well trained dogs. So
Okay. So we did number 3. Let's go with number 4. What do you think is the fourth tip to breed Cane Corso dogs?
um know the breed. Know the breed. Know the breed, know the standards of the breed, um, the different colors of the breed, um, the shape of the muzzle, how the muzzle should be, the different colors of the muzzle, things like that. But just knowing the breed and the breed standard, I think is important because you can always, I can be riding down the street and see a Cane Corso from a distance, and I'll pull up and hey, that's a Cane Corso, right? And be like, yeah, it's a Cane Corso. So so yeah, if you know the standard of the breed, you can always spot one out, especially if it came from a reputable um, breeder. So
Yeah, I love that. That's so important, knowing the breed and being precise and giving all your warranties and doing all your genetic testing. So I read that one Cane Corso protected his owner by getting a snake, a venomous snake, and that the guy thought this was a Newsweek article. The guy thought that the snake was like the dog came with a stick. It was a snake.
but it was a snake. Yeah,
Oh
they're
my!
that's that working breed. That's that that's the reason why they're called the working breed. I mean, the hunting and things like that. I when I lived in Long Island, we had a horse stable in the backyard, and I never really seen my. I lived in Texas prior to um, being with the Army. Travel a lot, so move around a
Right.
lot.
Hmm.
We were in the backyard. I'm like, what are my dogs doing? Well, they were chasing a rabbit. They were chasing a rabbit in the backyard, and then behind the fence was a state park, and there was a deer back there. So all of a sudden, I saw all my dogs like turn towards the deer and just start barking, getting ready to go at the fence. So, but
So
yeah,
luckily
so
there was a fence for the deer.
yeah.
Did
They weren't
you?
gonna go. They weren't gonna go anywhere unless I released them. So they were good dogs.
So did the rabbit make it, or?
Uh the
Mm,
rabbit didn't make it.
well, did you at least enjoy a nice stew?
They did. They did.
Oh my! Did
I
you?
eat rabbit, but yeah, they
I do
enjoyed it.
too.
Yeah, they
Yeah,
enjoyed it.
my family is Spanish, and paella,
Oh,
From Valencia, it has rabbits. So yeah,
oh, okay.
but hmm so
Yeah, I'm from
well,
the country in Texas.
they had a delicious dog paella then. Okay, so tell us about the fifth tip number 5 for Cane Corso breeders.
Um, so the fifth tip I would give, I guess, is just a recap of everything. You know, being confident and with your dogs, being confident with your dogs, knowing that you have great dogs. Like I said, as long as you're doing all of those things combined, you really can't go wrong. You really can't go wrong.
Mm-hmm. I love
So,
that.
but
So you're very.
put yourself out there. You know, put yourself out there as a breeder. Let people know that you're a breeder. Um, whoever you're mentoring, or if you have a mentor, whoever you're mentoring, um, make sure you're helping that person out. You know, all that good stuff.
So do you have any vacancies for people that want to be mentored by you, for example? Like, do you have room in your agenda for that?
Oh yeah, all the time, all the time. We love the breed. We love helping with the breed. Um, I love talking about the Cane Corso. So I love learning. I just ordered a new book. Just trying to learn more. Finding more about the breed. Maybe something else that I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
So avid learner, I guess, especially about our puppies.
Yeah.
So,
Oh, they are so cute. They are so
yeah.
cute. Okay, so um, I was gonna ask about the physical characteristics of Cane Corso dogs. Besides that, they like lasagna and pasta. Sorry, terrible joke. What would be the physical characteristics? Like they have short,
Short
you know,
hair. Yeah,
yeah,
they're a short
and
hair dog.
thick.
Short haired dog. They're very, I like to say, regal in stature. So that they stand up like you know one when you see one. They're not too,
Hmm.
they're not walking around with their head down too much. It's more of like, this is who I am. You know, I'm here. Um, um, I think those are the biggest characteristics. The cropped ears is usually a breed standard, but a lot of people do like the floppy ears.
Oh,
The docked tail. The dock tail
oh,
is
I
usually a
see.
breed standard,
Mm-hmm.
but you will also see them with long tails. It's more of the look is more of a preference than anything. Standard for usually you'll see a white chest. The white on the
Mm-hmm.
chest is usually standard for the breed, no matter what color it is. Um, but you will have some that are will be solid. Solid black is very hard to come by. I always have people asking for solid black. That color is hard to come by. Well,
And is it
black
a standard? Is it solid black a standard? Is it considered?
it is a standard. It is a standard color, but all black is just hard to come by. You very rarely see all black pups.
Mm-hmm.
Um, Gray is one of the most. I think this is the most reputable um, color for the Cane Corso. So because I used to breed, that's one of the things I had to learn breeding Cane Corso. So because I used to breed pit bulls, we would call this color blue. Well, in the Cane
Oh,
Corso world, it's gray. It's not blue. So I
oh,
used
I
to be
love
like, yeah, I
that.
got a blue Cane Corso, yeah. But yeah, in the Cane Corso world, it's gray. Um,
I love
the
that. Like all the different coats depending on the
yeah,
breed.
yeah, the short muzzle, um,
Okay.
squared off muzzle, things like that.
What about
Usually you'll
their
see them.
eyes? Sorry to interrupt.
Their
You.
eyes. So hers are blue right now, but they'll usually turn to like a brown
Mm,
as she grows. They don't usually stay blue. Um,
yeah.
what's another thing? Um, yeah, that's pretty much. You'll see brindle. You'll see reverse brindle. That's just a tiger stripe looking. You'll see a gray
Oh,
brindle. Yeah, you'll see a gray brindle. Those aren't, like I said, those aren't ones that you're going to see all the time, but you will see them very often, just not all the time.
yeah.
So,
So if someone is looking to start breeding Cane Corso dogs, uh, shows would be going to shows and letting people
yes.
know that you're a breeder would be a good idea, right?
Yeah, you most of the people at the shows are breeders. So, and if they're not breeders, they have someone showing their dog um, to
Mm-hmm.
earn um, to earn their points, to earn their championships. They're trying to title their dog. So shows good to get into if you're into that type of world. That's how I kind of started out going to shows and learning more about the breed, asking questions. That's that's kind of how I got caught up in the Cane Corso world, just asking questions and learning more and more.
Were you the owner of a Cane Corso? How did that start for you?
So I had already owned gray. My first male was named Django. He was a gray Cane Corso. He had floppy ears though. I left the ears. It made him look a little bit softer because he had a huge head, but he
It's
was a
just the
great dog.
look.
Yep,
It's just the
yep.
appearance. Yeah.
Yeah, it's just the preference of the person. I love the cropped ears though. I love the cropped ears. I just didn't get his done at the time because I couldn't find any a vet to do them where I was.
Mm.
But yeah, I started going to shows after I got him and my female, um, and that's where I met one of my mentors. My other mentor is actually the person that sold me Django. He's my other mentor. He's Avalanche Cane Corso in South Carolina. So
Oh,
yeah.
I love that. So that's great. A great story of how you started, and you must have met some difficulties or like milestones along the way, learning from the breed. Uh, for example, you call them blue. Well, could you give me another example of something that you learned along the process?
Oh, so I think one of the most recent things I learned when breeding. So when breeding puppies, you're gonna have times that you're gonna lose puppies.
Mhm.
But you have to understand why you're losing the puppy, or if you have to lose that puppy. We've brought a lot of puppies back to life um, after after their birth, maybe because the mother wasn't pushing. I have one of my females. She does not, as a mother, she does not push her puppies out. So I have to literally be up all night watching her, trying to make sure she's pushing. Um, but and when she does push one out, there has been times where they were in the birth canal so long that they've suffocated. So,
Oh,
but you can bring them back if
oh,
you know what you're doing. So that was one of the
hmm,
first. That was one of the biggest things that I learned working with the puppies and working with a whelping mother.
yeah. Oh my. And we all I'm imagining 101 Dalmatians when they do the
Yep,
with the puppy.
yep, yeah.
Okay.
So,
So
so you're just
that's
kind of
great.
bringing them back. Um, you're kind of acting like the mother. So you're almost acting like you're cleaning them, but you're rubbing them. We usually use like a towel or something that's kind of thick, and you're just really stroking the back of the dog, and the chest. Just kind of
Mm-hmm.
bring them back, get them to take that first breath. Once you hear them take the first breath, you're usually pretty good after that. So
I love that. That must be a very nice moment, like to see them taking
yeah,
that breath.
yeah.
Really emotional. Okay. So, Quincy, it's been a pleasure as usual. Thank you for sharing the 5 tips for breeding Cane Corso dogs. And this dog is crying in Italian.
Yeah,
Stop crying,
she's
baby.
whining. She's gonna get down. Probably go back with her brothers and sisters.
Yeah, you'll go there in a minute, baby. Okay. So, thanks for joining. Don't forget to follow Bully Girl Mag on Instagram. Visit BGM Warehouse to get some awesome Bully Breed apparel. And don't forget to purchase the latest issue of Bully Girl magazine. Quincy, it was my pleasure. Thank you so much. And see you next time, guys.
See you next time. Thanks.